our paladin learned. Was it? It wasn't revive. It was
67.
It's so funny how the game works, where it's like, I go to bed, wake up, like, I have the solution to all of our problems. What did you say? What, 75?
67.
Oh, wow, I was way off.
Yeah, for sure. It's like,
Okay,
hey, you're about to fight Alucard. And then you start fighting him, and it's like, man, I've got 7 days worth of thinking of what we should do.
All right,
I need you to roll an intelligence check for me, please.
this is my first time running a D100 with physical dice. Which ones do I use?
5.
It's a, if you don't have a D100, then use a D10 plus a, it'll look like a D10, but then it'll have like zeros after it, would be the pseudo
Got it.
D100. So roll a D10 plus that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Here we go.
that's exactly what I did.
70 plus 10? That doesn't make sense.
No, it would be, if it's 0, then it's just, wait, is that, if it's 7 plus 10, is it 80 or is it 70?
I got 70 and a 10.
Right.
So did
So
I roll wrong?
No, I believe that's just 70. That's 70.
I have more dice here.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because like if it were 0-0, then that should be. Wait, what the heck would that be?
Okay, so no, I rolled a D12.
Well, it can't be 0, because the D10 can only go to a 1.
Yeah, I rolled a D12. That was the 10.
Well, I guess it could go to a 10.
Well, I mean, if it was 0-10, then it should be.
This
10.
one goes up to.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
7.
This one, I found it. 74.
Okay, what was your intelligence check, Boogie?
5.
Oh, buddy. Okay,
Let's have a
so
good time.
you guys wake up rested enough. You don't feel completely exhausted, but something feels off about the day for you two, and you feel the grips of insanity beginning to set in from the mark's effects on you, Boogie, for the remainder of today or until further notice. You wake up believing that each one of your limbs has a separate personality and they are all against each other.
Oh my.
Wow. Oh shoot! Like, last night we really should have fed those pigeons as opposed to just kind of leaving them in their pockets.
Oh yeah, I guess Nico came in and lay down with them all in his pocket, huh?
Gross.
What was your roll, Emus?
Wish.
74. Se- 74. Hello?
As you wake up in the morning, the previous day is a fog, and you have a hard time. The people around you seem familiar, that you know them, but you're having a hard time remembering any history of yesterday or days prior.
Okay. Does this still count as a long rest or not?
It did count as a long rest. You guys did not suffer exhaustion from it, but it is likely that as the insanity increases, that might happen.
Okay.
So, this belief that my limbs all have their own personality and they're disagreeing, does this seem as though it's a new development, or does it just seem like, of course, my limbs have personality?
So you wake up feeling, it's almost like this like hippie-esque revolution in your brain where it's like, dude, you are convinced like my limbs are sentient and they are not okay with each other, kind of deal. Like you just
Okay, this is
know
new.
it to be true. Yes.
Cool. Not great, but definitely understand.
So, as the morning comes, breaking about, would anyone have tried to wake up at a certain time? Because by default, you guys would wake up around 6:30 a.m.
Emus did go to bed first because he was just like out.
So we'll say you'll wake up maybe around 6:15, 6:10. So today is the 15th of April, and it is 15:08 DR, and it is currently about 6:10 a.m. Emus, you rise in the morning, looking around you. No recollection of how you got to where you currently are.
Okay.
Looking around, have I noticed that John's back yet?
John is not back. No. It appears that the chair that you slid under the door is still tight against the door.
I would like to remove that and put it back.
It does seem like the storm has ceased, though. Okay, you move the chair away. 1 second, though. This is about 15, 20 minutes before you wake up, is what Emus first to rise, first to go to bed.
Alright, I stand up in the room I am and I look around. I'm gonna kind of like, why didn't I fucking sleep on the bed? What the hell's going on? And do I see anyone else in the room with me?
The small black cat, or not small relatively to you, but pretty fat for a cat, jumps off the bed and runs over to you and rubs his head against you. You get a sense of familiarity with the cat, but you don't know, you can't remember why the cat seems familiar at all.
I'm going to, or Emus is going to, pat the cat for a second while examining the room, and promptly turn and head out the door.
You're doing it again, Seth.
Doing what again?
Eating while you're talking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, at that time I'm aware of it. So I go ahead and open the door, move out into the hallway. Emus is going to look both ways, right and left, and I'm going to kind of walk this way, and then I'm going to see this door. I'm going to open this door. Oh, it's locked. I'm going to open up the lock and go out, and Emus is going to start wandering about the town, trying to figure out where the hell he is.
Okay. Let me know everyone's passive perceptions. Actually, no, there's not enough time. You guys are still asleep. So about 20 minutes pass, and the rest of you begin rising, waking from your slumbers.
Nah.
Oh, he's gonna stay in bed.
Yeah, until somebody notices that I'm asleep. Or if like an hour goes by and nobody cares.
He's like a almost like a very catty girlfriend who's like, is anyone even gonna know that I'm fucking sleeping in? Like, is anyone even gonna notice?
Let me know. Let me know when enough time passes, and I'll move Emus his movement speed in the direction that I choose.
Well, basically you have 20 minutes worth of movement. So move to the
Okay,
first place that you are
I'm
wanting
going.
to.
I'm
Yeah.
going wandering. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be like realistic with this, because as other people do.
This isn't your first time in the town, though.
Is it? Do I recognize my surroundings?
Again, there's a vague familiarity with your surroundings, but no recollection of where you are in the world, why you're here.
Okay.
Oh,
We're gonna lose Emus. Agatha yawns, kind of morning breath stinking up the room around her. Oh, I slept so good next to the fire. And Demi, rubbing her eyes, nods. Me too. And stretches out, kind of bumping into Clemency. Oh, hey, good morning, girl.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Pretty good. I like fires.
Demi spins around, picks up the pillow she was sleeping on, and smacks Emus or Boogie in the head with it. Hey, wake up, you goon. We're all getting up.
oh, okay.
You always sleep in? It wasn't like a super hard hit. It was definitely a playful smack. It wasn't like her pelting you with a pillow.
Sure. Yeah.
Can you open the door so I can come in?
Normally I'm pretty good. You can right click it. Oh, never mind. You can't force it open. Oh, waiting.
Nico turns. Well, guys, should we go get Amos up and start the day?
Yep. Let's
Alright.
get something to eat. Call him down here. He's always always up for a good breakfast.
And I start searching for a little bathroom or anything to take a bath or wash myself.
Hey, Cal. Can I talk to you over here for a minute?
Amos is not up here.
Sure.
What? I would like to um do remove curse on Calamithy right now.
Ooh.
At my touch, all curses affecting one creature end. If it's a cursed magic item, curse remains.
It's instant
Go,
too.
Sam. Go, Sam. Go, Sam.
Roll a d100 for me.
Come on. It didn't say nothing about rolling no D100s.
No, as you put your hand on Clamsy and cast the spell, you can almost smell this sulfur in the air and this hissing sound as the mark fades away.
I got
But I need you.
100.
You rolled a 100.
Jeez.
I rolled 0, 0. Is that 100?
Wow. No, that's 0.
0, 0 is 0?
I don't
that's
know.
not
That's
good.
always confused me.
I
The
guess it would
zero's
have
gotta
to
be tens.
I'm looking it up
Has
right
to
now.
be. Yeah, that's because it goes
10,
0,
20,
0.
30, 40, 50, 60,
Yeah.
20, 40, 60, 80,
90, 100.
70,
So the 0 on
90.
the D10, a 0 through 9. Because what you count percentile dice.
Oh, I have to roll 2 dice?
Well. Oh, so did you roll a D100 just now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And not
You
like
rolled
a
a
D10
D1.
that has 2 digits on each?
It has 2 digits on each.
Right.
Is it
but
a single
the-
die that goes up to 100? Like, is it literally
No,
like?
No, it's this
No.
one.
it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,
And what were the numbers?
0, 0.
So you rolled a tens digit D10 just now. So the first digit is 0. And or unless you roll a 10 on the other one.
I don't understand that.
So the way that rolling a D100 works, either you've got one that looks like a ball and it's got 79 on it, or you roll a D10 that's got a bunch of zeros at the end, and also a normal D10 and add them together.
Okay, so here I'm going to. Okay, so here's how it works. 2 problems with not rolling a legitimate D100 is that there's no way to get a 100 and you have a possibility of getting a 0, none of which exist with a traditional D100. So it would make sense to me, why not just flip those? Instead of it being a 0, it would count as a 100. Doesn't that make sense? Because you can't roll a 0 on a D100. Alternatively, I have a 100-sided die I can just roll real quick.
So I am able to make sense out of it now. If you roll 90 plus 10, that makes 100. And if you roll 0 plus 1, that
10?
makes a 1.
Oh, so you rolled a 10 then.
She rolled a 0, and she has to roll the ones digit, which can go up to 10.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Or did you already roll it and it was a 0?
No, I rolled a 9 and then 0, 0.
Okay, so you rolled a 9. Damn it. That sucks. So the curse removed from Calamity's chest. Mark off your 3rd level spell. And you hear a knocking at the door.
Just her, or we both hear it?
Everyone in the room hears a knocking at the door.
Do we ignore
Emus
it?
went out the 2nd floor.
What did you say, Mom?
Do we ignore it or do we answer it? I'm asking the room.
So I went ahead and walked right out. I'm kind of looking for Emus, looking around to see if he is around.
So as you go to open the door, you
Can I
I
cast
was
another spell
ignoring
first?
it.
Can
What'd you
I
say?
can I cast detect magic? I can detect magic within 30 feet of me and the school of magic that they're using.
Yeah. But Boogie already opened the door, right?
I was on the 2nd floor. If you look where I am,
Oh, okay.
I saw it as being wide open.
So you're going to spend a 1st level spell slot. So you've spent
And a
within the first
second.
10,
No.
a 3rd and a 1st within the first 10 minutes of being up.
Yeah.
Okay. So mark off a 3rd and a 1st spell slot. You guys and your magic. 1 second. You're ruining everything, you damn kids.
It's our job.
Emus, or not Emus, Boogie, you hear below you knocking in the door and heavy panting.
Do I recognize this person?
As you come downstairs, turning to face you, covered in blood and wincing, panting heavily, you see, without his cloak, Varys.
Wow.
Hey, Boogie.
Hey, Varys.
Not easy to find, are you?
No, I guess not. You dropped your cloak somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, mind letting me in?
Sure.
I need to talk to the others. Thank you.
Did I detect anything?
1 second, Negress. Can I have a moment?
This is my favorite train. This is my favorite train.
Okay. Yes, you do sense magic.
In the School of Magic?
I'll DM it
That's
to you.
There's
It does
magic
not
all
tells
around
you. Yeah, Detect Magic tells you the School of Magic. Send it to you.
lucky.
All right.
Oh,
Varys looks through the door. Thanks, buddy. And he gives 2 little quick knocks. I could use some rest. Selgon's a mess.
where's Boogie at? I don't.
I am
How did he
Right.
get
outside the door
outside?
also.
There's the
Because I
upstairs
parked
door.
outside looking for Emus.
Do you have
did
your hood
announce
on,
that-
Boogie?
Yes, I did announce that Emus was missing when I was upstairs.
I am going to message you what I said in the hood to you.
Wait. We don't know if it's possible to say messages specifically to a person, but I guess this is a chance to find out.
Is that possible, DM?
So you already
Depends-
said it, I guess, right?
I
Depends
did
on
not send it yet.
like what are you doing in the hood? How are you doing it?
I'm concentrating on Boogie to send him a message.
Okay, go ahead and say it.
I only want him to know it, though.
Oh, we could have tested this beforehand.
I mean, how would you know? You just gotta say it.
Okay. I'm going to say into the hood. It's an illusion. Don't trust that person out there.
Wow!
Agatha speaks up. What is?
Person at the door.
Just 1 minute, Ferris.
Agatha, do not answer that door. What's she doing? Get back, child. Get back.
She walks up and puts her hand on the doorknob.
I'm going to say,
Yeah.
no, Agatha, no.
She looks back.
Hey, I'm trying to
What?
close this door, but it's not working.
Why?
Because...
No,
I
not
took-
you.
Oh,
Why? Why? Agatha's asking why no.
Because the person behind the door isn't who they say they are.
That's a big assumption.
No, I just performed Detect Magic.
Oh, you also, by the way, are detecting illusion coming from Nico. There's a little bit of magic coming from Tammy, Calamacy, Agatha. Everyone's got a little bit of magic radiating from them.
Some of us would have like a shit ton of magic.
Nico has quite a few items. It appears that Tammy has a couple. Agatha has at least one.
The reason I said that is because like Ema should be a fucking sliding beacon right now. He's got the
Well,
magical
it's only
chest
30
piece, he's
feet,
got the bow. Yeah, okay.
and you're somewhere
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
So what did Boogie do?
went upstairs and just kind of almost slammed the door in Varys' face.
The downstairs door, you hear a more solid, with a hilt of a sword. Varys' voice comes through. Come on, guys, let me in. Seriously, it's not funny.
How do we know it's you, Ferris?
I don't know. Quiz me.
Where'd you lose your cloak?
Oh, go on.
Somebody else help me here.
What did you see upstairs in the library?
That was good. Good job, Cal.
There's a pause at the door. There's a shift in the air.
I would like to cast another spell, please.
Jesus.
I would like to
Burn
expend
all of your spells.
my second, third level Aura of Vitality. And it lasts.
No, what? What are you doing? Why would you use that now? I'm sorry.
Because he's
I'm sorry.
fixing to come in.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you do you. You be the best person you can be.
standing just behind you, Calamithy, you hear a halfling voice. I guess the gig's up then, isn't it?
It was never up.
And now behind you in the room, you see. Hold on, let me bring him down. Where is he at? Come here, little fucker. You guys see Sarek standing before you in the bottom room. And he
Yeah.
says,
Derek is that stupid god, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought we had a deal. You don't be taken off my mark now.
Who
Oh,
agreed to this deal? I don't remember agreeing to it. I remember taking it into consideration.
Let out a hearty laugh into consideration. You are a cocky thing. You're an ant. You understand?
I don't
You're
remember having a sister that had a child.
you're. And he looks at you smugly. I like you. You son of a bitch.
That was so perfect.
He leans against the table and he lays out his hand, flicking his wrist, and this apple appears and he takes that crunch. Well, you see, now we got a problem. First, I was able to mitigate your help coming from the Shadow Dales, but then he takes another crunchy. But now, he goes and find out what of yous can fix it, huh? And how do I know, without being able to keep a close eye on you, that you're going to keep up what I asked you to do? And he takes another bite of the apple. Oh, and I've got time now. We're in nobody's house. He's going to take another bite.
Nobody's house?
He's hinting at the fact that you guys aren't under the protection of Torm in his temple.
I didn't feel very protected there. He killed the sister.
Stuck the mark on you.
Well, that mark was from when we were fighting that evil thing in the basement.
All right, well, hear me out. Y'all are quite the skeptical group, huh? How about the deal? Fair exchange, as it were.
Go on.
I personally will remove the curse marks from you, and I will swear upon everything that I hold dear that I won't put another one on you. And he takes his finger and crosses over his heart, and then does this dramatic kind of faint, pretends to die. I would die if I did.
And I'm not lying.
And he says, and you simply have to uphold what I asked earlier.
I don't believe you. I believe you would make it invisible and make us think that it was no longer there. You already make us insane, hallucinating.
We're not
Well,
that
past-
insane.
Well, we
Oh,
will
I am
be.
developing new effects, though.
He turns and looks at Nico side-eyed. Well. Aren't you a mess? You know, you look quite competent in the magics. You're aware of the oath spell, yes? And Nico looks at him with furrowed brows. And Sirik turns and locks eyes with Bezoit. I will make an oath with you. Binding. Unbreakable, as it were. And I'll even make the agreement more in your favor. Instead of saying not to resurrect the and he goes to say bitch, but he says, Mistra, help me kill Shar. Help me take over her domain.
So
And I swear I'll leave you alone.
instead of you not wanting us to resurrect Mistra, you want us to help you destroy Shar.
His lips curl up almost in this like grotesque his face should not bend that way, and he kind of leans over and starts laughing this distorted. Yes, I decided I can take care of that part on my own. Besides, you are some stubborn insects.
What happens if we help you kill Shar?
Well, I'll become the new Lord of the Darkness then.
Oh, and then we're just ants that you can dispose of? And
Fair
I
enough.
look over at Cal.
He looks at you and says, fair enough. I'll just let the curse mark kill you then. And he's going to turn to go to snap his fingers, and he turns back and looks at Calamity. She did take it off you, didn't she?
Sam, you fucking killing this dude. Get it?
No, it's just invisible.
And he reaches out with his hand. Calamity, make a strength saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Cal, come on, Cal.
Ten.
You watch as this halfling raises his hand, and this energy in the room begins to shake. Calamity, her entire back arches, and she's flung into it, like her throat goes straight into his hand, and he starts grasping it, squeezing at her throat, and he got this like sickening smile on, like he's enjoying it. And he's gonna look at the group, bringing her down to her knees now, about even level with him, with his hand on her throat. I don't think you guys fully understand the weight of the situation. Or maybe you don't understand what I'm capable of. Do we have an agreement or not? I won't ask again.
I guess I'm not understanding what's in it for us. Like, if that's our mission anyways, to kill Shar,
What's in it for you is I don't kill you right now.
you just kill us later.
He shrugs and smiles. Do
As
you have a
I'm being
choice?
choked, I would be like, if you're so strong, why don't you kill her yourself? Why do
So
we need a
all that
stand?
comes out is,
Can I hear what she's thinking now?
and you're going to, as he squeezes a little tighter,
Ooh, good call.
you're going to take You're going to take 20 force damage as he squeezes your throat.
Can I hear what she's thinking?
Is her hood up?
It's always up.
Then yes.
If you're so strong, why don't you kill her yourself?
He looks at you. Who's that? Mishra? Are you talking about Shar?
Shar.
You don't think I've tried?
So how about we make you a new deal? First, you let go of our friend.
And he raises his eyebrow. You are in no position to be negotiating, darling.
You're the one asking for our help.
I'm the one telling you what to do. I'm not asking for shit.
Without us, you
Talk to
can't
me.
kill
And he
her.
raises his finger, and your mouth disappears as your literally skin is melded together. And he takes a deep sigh. Last chance. I'm not fucking playing. Do as I say, or I'll kill this bitch right here and now.
Emis really wants to be there to help. Fuck.
He
I think
throws
I'm alive.
Calamity to the side, pushing her down prone. Deep purple bruises on your throat now. He walks over to Bezoit with his arms crossed, and he's going to take his fingers and snap, make a strength saving throw.
Hmm. 8.
You fall to your knees in front of him. He reaches down. You like you are stuck to the ground, almost like these heavy magnets pulling on you. He's going to look in your eyes, take his left hand, grabbing your right, put it in his right hand. And as he does, you see these tendrils of silver begin to flow, wrapping around his forearm and going down his hand, down his fingers, wrapping around your hand and around your forearm, and doing this kind of spiraling dance of silver light around your two hands. And what he's doing right now is casting an ancient oath spell, which he's going to look at you and he's going to say, now with this ancient magic, if any part of the oath, lies, tries to cheat, tries to swindle their way out of it, dies. It doesn't matter. Even me, even a divine entity like myself, is bound to this oath. So I say to you again, this is the last chance I'm giving you. I promise to remove this curse. Stop playing with your little party of insects here. I promise to even give you a blind eye once in a while. And you, and your part, when the prophecy comes to be told, and the prophecy that the oracles foresaw comes to be, you'll kill Shar, and in her stead, you'll offer no resistance as I take over her domain.
Don't take it, don't take it, don't take it.
It is either take this, or I will kill you all. And as a DM, I'm letting you know that this deity means it. He's gonna he's gonna start with Clemency. He's gonna kill Clemency if you guys don't take this agreement. And he's gonna snap his fingers, and your mouth is able to speak.
Oh.
No negotiating. These are my terms. It is a take it or leave it deal. You're alive for this oath. Those are the only options.
Maybe take it.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
After we've killed Shar, do we remain to go in peace?
I'll even add it to the oath. I swear in my life I will do nothing to interfere with yours working, as long as you don't impede my taking over of her domain.
DM, are the players allowed to have a little power real quick that's outside of game?
I'll let you guys. I will let you because, like, no bullshit. He will fucking kill you all. Just so you're all aware. Like,
Okay.
so take a moment, talk among yourselves.
We need some player time. Yeah.
Alright guys, the way I'm looking at this, we're planning on killing Shar anyway, right?
No.
What do you mean no?
Yeah, what do
Says
you mean
who?
no?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Cal?
I'm on the same boat. What do you mean no?
Fuck! I don't have my notes up.
She's the dark magic
It's
user. Like, there's no point for us to keep
I
her.
was. Ignore
True,
me.
but-
I was thinking Shantae. Not Shar.
Okay,
Oh,
no, I would
okay.
not hurt
Oh, this whole
Shantae.
time, like you were like,
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
was thinking Shantae. Yeah, my bad. I'll shut up.
okay.
Okay.
So I guess, well, I mean,
As of now, I
Um,
see no other option. Sorry.
Okay, so he presented us with what? We kill Shar, and then what?
We get to live.
and we let him take over her domain. We don't
That's
try
the
to
part.
kill him. I know.
Yeah, that's the part I'm.
Which
No,
just,
what
I
he
mean, he's
said,
going to be raising
what he
Tiamat.
said is that us that are here cannot impede upon him taking over the domain.
No, I think he means all of us, because all of us have the mark. The deal is all of us get the mark removed.
Right. But if we bring Mistra back, Mistra can impede him.
I mean, maybe.
Ooh, that's a really good point.
And all of you guys could actually do it. I'm the one that couldn't because I'm the one who would die. I'm the one that's got the oaths on my arm.
No, it's the entire party.
I thought it was the entire party had to be.
DM, is it the entire party or Bezoit?
So how the oath magic works is that he's making it with Bezoit. If
Hmm.
if the group breaks the promise, because you're making the promise on behalf of the group, Bezoit will die. If anyone impedes Sirik and you had anything to do with it as a group, Bezoit will die.
Okay.
Continuing the party talk, maybe that oath should be taken by Emus, and I say that with a lot of fear and purpose.
But Emus got a wild hair up his hiney
I don't.
and left us again.
I don't
Well,
think that we can.
I lost my mind. I'm out wandering amongst the fields right now. Yeah, absolutely.
I
But
don't. I don't
Go
think that
ahead,
that's something that
Boogie.
we can swing right now.
what do you mean? Why?
Switching the oath person to be Emus.
What, she can't go like, I'm gonna assign this. Okay, so like it makes sense, right? Like I can't assign this oath to a random person on the face of the planet, but surely this dude is aware of me, and she can go assign the oath to me, and I'm going to regret saying any of this. 100%.
I think the magic of the silver wrapping around each other's arms is the binding factor here.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Harry Potter.
What?
What is
Yeah.
it?
And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, Emus, but you've made some pretty rash decisions. I'm not sure
The
if you can.
only reason I point that out as maybe to be the focal point is I might have a saving grace against it if it to fail, but that's it. It's really just a kind of off the wall chance kind of thing. So yeah, your doubt is reasonable.
The general vibe is that it'd be very dangerous to even attempt to, I don't know, kind of body your way through the conditionings. Like he's getting a little fed up as a god of little patience. The lack of respect he's getting in the first place. I don't think, do what you want and you can try, but I don't think you would be getting the vibe that you'd have good odds being like, hey, let's maybe someone else take this.
So do we
He
have
looked with purpose at Bezoit, like he scanned the room of people there and chose her to make the thing with.
knowledge of this, the god or demigod, whether they are a god or demigod? Like, what do we know about them?
This god of death has killed Mistra 1 or 2 times.
Right, I remember that.
Once.
He wants the
Whoa.
domain of the Shadow Weave as well.
And he also thinks that magic should go away. Like,
Oh yeah, that too.
yeah.
What makes you think he thinks magic should go away?
Yeah.
Oh, he said that.
He wants the weave to go. He wants people that he wants to
Oh,
be able to use magic to be able to use magic.
specifically the weave. Okay, that's a lot to think about.
Okay. Can we go back to game now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. So I'm going to look at this little god and I'm going to say, Sirik, I just want to say that you came to us. So you must recognize more in us than you care to admit. But in saying that, I accept your oath.
And you watch as Siric's hair begins to jostle, the flames in the room extinguish as wind begins to rise up around them, and you watch as this magic melds into their skin, sinking away from vision, and everything settles down. This intense feeling of power, getting the immediate feeling that, just based on the sheer feeling you had just felt, it may be the most advanced and or powerful magic that you have ever witnessed. Yeah, possibly over 9th level. So, as it settles, Siric smiles and says, "Well, I'm glad we got one smart one in the group. I'll be seeing you." And he
See you
snaps
later.
his fingers and completely disappears from the room.
I'm going to be looking at my arm, turning it to and fro, just staring at my arm.
Hey, we don't need any sort of signal anymore. Let's go find Emus.
Emus, as like the same exact time, you wouldn't know this, Boogie, you would know. As soon as he disappears, snaps his fingers, you all feel a lightness in your chest. The insanity effects that you were feeling with your arm ceases. You realize how
Oh,
silly it
okay.
was. Emus, wherever you were in town, you need to let me know where you are.
I
Because
am
we
where I
actually need
might
to
took
roleplay.
Miss.
We need to roleplay a little bit of stuff before
Yeah.
you come
So
to. But
Emus went wandering off. I actually had something prepared for this. If you're ready for it.
I am ready.
Question.
What's up?
Because of my negative effect, was that because of the mark? And do I get my health back to normal? No missing one that I can't ever go above?
Yes, your health points are back to normal.
Nice.
What about my walking speed?
Back to normal.
Sweet.
That was already normal.
Yeah, that was already normal.
Oh.
Someone, I can't remember who, someone cast less restoration. That's what that was.
That was me.
Emus, where did you travel? As you're heading through town,
Yes.
not many people would be out. You would see, maybe, did you go by the goat farm? You might have seen Kevin
So
out.
no. So Emus is very much like, I'm in a town. Towns are uncomfortable. I want to get back out into the woods and back into nature. So he went wandering off toward the south. Um, um, since he forgot, why he was here, what's going on. I had vague recollection. There's something towards the south that was important, so I'm kind of heading that way. There was also something about a cave that was kind of important, so that kind of drew me west a little bit. But he's mostly south and just kind of wandering outside of town, trying to get back to nature over here. And where my token is where I think he would be.
As you head out that way, coming around that corner, still not sure where you are, you see this small little girl, and she looks up at you carrying a bucket of water, kind of sloshing as she walks side to side. Oh, good morning, stranger. She seems about 6 years old. She's got blonde hair, coal covered on her face, like she's already been kind of working. You definitely get the feel that she's the blacksmith's daughter.
Is she struggling with those buckets?
I mean, they're pretty heavy for her.
Okay, with a blank smile, I'm gonna kind of walk over. Oh, let me help you with those. Let me help get you those up to the wherever you're going.
I can't find a good token for her to represent her, but use your brain. Actually, let's just do. We'll do. How about that? We'll make this little girl small. She's gonna make her way over to where you see the blacksmith. early in the morning. He's currently stoking his fires. It's about 6:45, 7 at this time, 7 a.m. around this time.
My memories are still flabbergasted. They're not back yet.
Yeah, still.
Okay. I'm gonna help her out with the buckets. Oh, good morning, sir. I was just heading out. Looks like your daughter here could use a hand. I thought I'd offer her some of this strength.
Oh, I appreciate that. You're a good man. New to town. Yes, you're one of the ones that was with that bugbear, no?
My face is going to kind of cloudy. Bugbear? No, absolutely not. That'd be. I can't imagine traveling with a bugbear.
No, I know it for sure. You're definitely don't play bashful with me. I mean, we all look. John's been talking to us. He said he talked to you guys. I'm personally, I'm open-minded to it. Okay, he seems well enough from what I've heard. I mean, look at me. I'm no prince myself, you know.
Amos is kind of very confused. Okay, yeah, that. All right, well,
Were you drinking last night then?
I'm gonna shake my head back and forth. How does Emus feel? Does he feel like he's been drinking or something else?
You don't get the feeling that it doesn't seem like you were hungover. But that doesn't, I mean, you've also been drunk and not felt hungover, so it's kind of hard to tell.
No, I just can I just like to try to get back and I think I'm here to track down some wildebeest to help keep the locals safe. Could you point me towards in the direction of some possible dangers out there in the woods for me to go track down?
Oh, I don't know about any dangers or sort, but I think there was some kind of kid or something painted himself green and pretending to be a goblin muggling around last night over in those bushes over there. Had nasty looking eyes, and kids these days get creative with their paints and costumes. Kind of gave me the creeps, but daughter here says she doesn't know anyone about it.
Which direction is he pointing? Southwest,
He's
west?
pointing. He's pointing like over here.
Okay, so southish. Okay. My eyes are gonna get
Gnarly
wide.
looking fucking thing with red on it.
Enos's eyes are gonna get wide. Oh no, that's definitely a problem. No kid should go about playing around with things like that. And I'm gonna turn around and immediately start
And
marching
he
down.
begins. So he gives you a description of the beast, and it is at that moment, as you turn, disengaging from that conversation, that all these memories come rushing back into your head. This kind of puff of sulfur smell and lightness in your chest. Roll an intelligence check for me.
Okie dokie. 17 plus intelligence 0, so 17.
It occurs to you at that moment that the description fits pretty well with the creature that you ran into in the ethereal plane.
The
The
Goblin
magic,
Mountain.
the magic using goblin.
okay. Oh, okay. All right. So with all of my knowledge, all my awareness flooding back, Emus is gonna be like, shit, what the fuck? And I'm gonna turn around real quick to back to the blacksmith and say, uh, "Have a good morning. I apologize." Like completely like disjointed and nonsensical, and I'm gonna start sprinting back towards town to everyone else.
And he looks at his daughter very concerned, like, what is he apologizing for? Like, kind of, little sus, but he run off. Thinks you touched his daughter. Okay, you run off. All right, what are you guys doing back at the manor?
Well, after the initial
You group of level 9s, you.
yay, after the initial thought of like, hey, let's go find Emus, and then taking a few seconds and realizing, hey,
you're
my
still
own
thinking that you need to come find me.
my own insanity left. Probably, if he left because he was insane, that's probably better now. So I just kind of halt in my tracks and like, wait, he probably knows to come here. We could go see John.
Nico speaks up from his silence. How do you think that Sirik knew about Varys?
Maybe he's conspiring with other people besides us.
Well, he is a god.
But he insisted the mark helped him spy.
He might have already had a mark on Shore's Chosen.
Nico looks over at Zoit. Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't feel any different. Just, man, that was some powerful spell casting. Nico, he looked at you and asked you if you knew about ancient oaths. What do you know about ancient oaths?
Well, I've read them in books, but they haven't been around since Mr. reconstructed the weave. They were categorized as magics that were deemed too powerful, and Mr. then restricted them from the mortals. I believe that he's telling the truth. That if you go against what you just swore, even by an iota, I fear the oath curse will kill you.
Is there any reviving anybody from the oath curse?
That's
looks
a really
down.
good question.
He looks down and looks very sad. No. It was one of the reasons it was forbidden.
Thanks, Nico.
It's not that you die and your soul goes somewhere special. It's that your soul will cease to exist. There will be nothing to bring back to your body.
I see.
And then there's this kind of sad, hanging silence in the room. Agatha gives after about 20 seconds, clears her throat, kind of feeling awkward.
I look over towards Agatha. You okay?
She's like biting her lip and nodding.
Oh.
Sometimes I wonder if I bit off more than I could chew with you guys.
You know, you're not a prisoner.
She shakes her head, like you guys could even hold me down.
Eesh, what a cocky little girl.
I wouldn't want her any other way.
Your mic's off.
The specifics of the oath is we just can't stop him from taking control of the Shadow Weave. But once he's there, it's fair game, right? The oath is completed.
No, he also said that and allow me to take over the domain and do not interfere with me taking over the domain.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah,
But once he's
saying
there.
once it's taken over, it's completed.
Yeah, if that's a risky you're willing to take.
Y'all just get it in your head now. Sooner or later, Bezoit's gonna have to die.
You don't really have to kill
Yeah, I
him
didn't want
unless
to
he
say it.
tries to take down the weave.
Tammy runs up and hugs you and says, "Why do you guys say such stupid things?" while crying, squeezing you really tight.
I
You
pat
don't
her.
have to die. Just let him have his stupid domain.
Problem is what he does with the domain. Is he gonna hurt innocent people now that once he's taken it over?
It's barely understandable because of how hard she's cried. She goes, "But you guys are innocent."
Somebody has to help.
That oath, did that encompass Agatha and Tammy as well? Or just the daughters of Mistra?
Wasn't
Chosen.
specified. It goes back into that thing of like there are gray areas in a contract.
Mm,
Basically, I'm telling you that I'm not going to give you the answer, but it could go one way or the other.
Well, this isn't me telling you that you're a jerk, but it could go one way or the other.
That's good.
I love you. I'm sorry. It's Cyric. I love you. Don't hate me for playing the character.
Don't hate the play, hate the game.
The good news, okay, so I've been kind of upset that you guys have been going through a lot of negative things, and I know that this feels like just another, but a lot of good came with it. A lot of good came with the negative, right?
yes,
Not
for
the
sure.
positives.
All the
All
curses
the
were
good
broken,
stuff.
and he's gonna quit playing with us. And Cal's got that thing off of her chest.
Everyone has the thing off their chest. No one currently has a curse mark on them. No one is hallucinating. No one is under any effects of insanity.
No one has to poop.
Nico, you hear flopping as he's emptying his pockets onto the ground now of these 12 dead pigeons.
Oh, Tammy. Will your mimic eat these pigeons? We got them for you.
And Nico says quickly, 2 of them are mine. And he puts them back in his pocket. And he takes them back. And Agatha pulls out this necklace that, as it shifts and changes and grows into hair, it begins to change in size and get bigger and bigger until now it's about the size of, say, about a rugby ball is its maximum size at the moment. And it begins you see these large, nasty teeth, eating like 3-4 pigeons at a time.
Agatha had it?
No, I meant Tammy. Did I say Agatha?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, I meant Tammy.
Yay, your mimic gets to eat. That's cool.
These feathers are going flying, the crunches of bones. You see
Phew.
blood beginning to drip
Oh
onto the
no.
floor.
John said we better not have made a mess.
I'll just clean it.
Our Lucky's gonna walk in.
Yeah, like right now.
I thought about doing that to you guys, but no. I did. I honestly was about to be like, you hear a knock at the no, but no. He's over there. He's still over with Amanda.
Has Emus made his way back yet?
I would imagine so if he was beelining for here, yeah.
So Emus, when he snapped to after the interaction with the blacksmith, is like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, and I'm not sprinting, but I'm jogging back. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so around this time he would be, as you guys are like, oh, I hope John, you're talking about this mess being created. You hear footsteps approaching, and
Oh,
it is
crap.
Emus.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Man.
Where you been? You missed a lot.
You walk into this site of this mimic just going to town with these nasty fangs.
The pillows aren't there anymore. We picked them up.
And it's just relief after relief this morning.
So, walking upon the scene of where the fuck am I? What was going on? And walking upon a scene. Oh, thank you. Of the mimic eating pigeons, shit in John's house. I'm like, I Yeah, I just took a morning walk. I just had to stretch my legs. What the fuck is going on here?
So I briefly fill Emus in about Sarah coming and acting like he was Ferris, and pretty much forcing me to take an ancient oath with him. And he promised to remove all curses off of us. Your mark on your chest is gone, and you will no longer hallucinate. None of us will.
So I'm gonna look down at my chest, and I see the mark is gone. Right?
Mm-hmm.
As you open your tunic, Emus, and look down, you specifically notice that your mark is gone.
That's not the. That build up fucking sucked.
Okay, now with that happening, I'm gonna quickly look at my chest to see if my mark is actually gone.
I was so convinced that it was like still there, you piece of shit.
Okay, I want
As
to open my
everyone
eyes
goes,
real quick.
yeah, everyone's is gone.
No,
You
I'm
guys
not
have
looking at mine.
anyone
But I
who
just
checked, you can
assumed
see
that was
that
the
it's gone.
case.
Yeah, it's gone.
Jesus Christ, that was the best bit of storytelling ever. Okay.
So is the mimic done eating?
No, it's still it's about halfway through there's a bunch of feathers and blood, and you see some feet that, like, when it, like, out of the corner of its eye, it sees it and it just like tilts its head, and this large sticky tongue comes smacking out, grabbing on it and bringing it back into its mouth.
Surprised it's not trying to lick Boogie.
Currently is focused on the dead pigeons.
Oh, no, well, kind of. I was turning my face away while you were checking out your own chest.
Oh,
Oh sweet, we've got a fucking tiny chest mimic token.
mhm.
That's adorable.
It is until it fucking eats your hand.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
as it reaches the end, you hear this little,
Hmm.
and it reverts into this kind of oversized, large talisman, and some spots oozing this kind of green stickiness, other spots sticking out these black bristly hairs. There's a slight vibration that it begins heavy breathing and snoring. And Tammy's gonna walk over and pick it up. I think he's a little happier now.
Thank
Oh, that's
goodness.
such a
I'm
relief.
glad we could procure him some food. I'm gonna walk over and start cleaning up the mess that he made.
I was worried
Okay.
I was going to have to chop off some belly fat.
Tammy looks kind of half-hearted, and she lets out a laugh. I'm gonna have to get used to your guys' way of seeing the world, aren't I?
For sure.
I'm gonna kind of have a questioning look, like what was wrong with the way that was thought.
She looks over at you and then, like, looks you up and down, and she kind of breathes out heavily, sticking the amulet under her shirt and walking behind her, just kind of giggling to herself, like, these people.
I would try to find a shower. Is there a bath or a water basin, anything?
There's like a bathhouse.
That'll work.
Hey Boogie, you still got that pot that you can just add water to and make some stew?
No, I left that at the, dang it, what's it called? Resort? It's not resort.
Treehouse. Hideout.
Yeah.
There
I
are
left
also,
it
underneath the
back
bed, there are these large, not large enough to, like, lay down in, but you could. Have you ever seen the cowboy ones that they, like, lay in, like those big things of water?
Like a trowel.
Like the water trough?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
those. It's kind of small, made to lay on its side and fit under the large bed upstairs. And there's a bucket associated with it, but the water would have to be gotten out of, like, a well spigot nearby.
Yeah,
I
once
was.
one of
I
those,
want the bathhouse.
when a person one size of those is full, like there's no moving it. There's no way. They're so heavy.
No, you'd have to, like, go get buckets of water and come fill it up. like you wouldn't. The tub would stay in the house. It wouldn't go with you.
The bucket's just like 2 or 3 gallons or something.
Yeah, there'd be like there'd be 2 5-gallon buckets underneath the bed.
Oh, that's what
that's
you're
got some
saying
height.
is that trough needs to be moved to the bathhouse and then start doing
No,
that?
the trough would stay in the house. You'd go fill up the water with the buckets and pour it into the trough after like 3 or 4 trips.
Guys, you know
Maybe,
how freaking
Got so
baths work,
confused. I would
right?
rather use the bathhouse. You said there was
yeah,
a bathhouse.
yeah. We're gonna do that theater of mine because I don't have it on the board.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
so as you go early in the morning,
I'm gonna clean up
there's
the spot real quick.
Are we done
there.
cleaning? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I would like a. Um.
Oh,
One second.
But Zoe, you are standing inside of me right now, and it feels very intimate.
I was trying to make it feel that way. I'm glad you noticed.
Are you using prestidigitation or just cleaning with your hands?
so
Just cleaning with my hands.
I'm definitely using prestidigitation for the blood. But first I'm getting like large
yeah.
pieces out of the way.
Yeah, I'm gathering all the feathers and bones and bits of
Okay.
chewed meat that didn't get taken so
Then
that I
I'll
can
just do
dispose
the
of that.
prestidigitation part.
Okay.
Stop moving me.
So Nico begins assisting as well, and after roll a d20.
Who?
Andrew.
Oh, okay.
And add your
12.
dexterity modifier.
Oh, 15.
So you and Nico do about equal amounts of work. It takes about 10 minutes, and you guys are pretty confident that it's impeccably clean.
Great. Oh, I do want to look around and make sure that everything's at least as good as we had it, including the upstairs bedroom.
He
Like
took our fire.
we
There
don't
it is.
we don't want to have this place looking like trash, you know.
Yeah,
You
by
want
and
it to be
large, the room looks pretty good. There's like a little bit of dirt coming out of this plant from when the oath spell was cast and everything kind of gusted out. But otherwise, yeah, for the most part, it's pretty
Where's
much.
where's that cat?
The cat's upstairs laying on the bed.
That cat doesn't belong here though, does it?
Yeah, it
No,
does.
it's
I
John's
Oh.
figured
cat.
it was his cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emus is going to after he comes back in and sees everyone cleaning and stuff, and like, yeah, where you been? Where the fuck you been? Being kind of completely bewildered about what just happened. I'm like, okay, cool, and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna head down towards the cave. At the
Emus
lower
stops you,
levels.
or Emus. Nico stops you. Emus, stop. Well, before you go, we need to have another talk. Things have changed. We're no longer. Are we still meeting with? What are we doing? What is the plan? Tammy and I need to get the ship going. What's? We still need to meet up with the carpenter. Do you want us to go do that while you guys run and do something else? Agatha and I were speaking last night, and she definitely doesn't want to stay behind anytime. But Tammy and I were more than happy to stay behind and work on things while you guys are out.
Still being clouded and kind of like hung over from what just happened. Emus is kind of shake his head. Well, we're still trying to get the goblins and the clerics from the other town. I just wanted to go down and check on some caves first.
I say breakfast then goblins.
No, he didn't do that. He definitely thought about doing it, but he didn't do it. I want you to know that Nico strongly considered modifying your memory last night to make you forget that he asked you if you wanted him to modify your memory.
Mm.
Okay. Where did you go? Sorry, I was caught up in Nico's emotions. What was it again?
So after Amos came back here and after that conversation, being completely confused, why is everyone acting like completely normal, like waking up on the other side of the town? I'm just gonna be like, okay, it's fine, whatever. Like this is internally to myself. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll go check on the caves while everyone's getting ready for the day. So I'm gonna wander down towards that mine entrance in the lower level.
And Nico goes, "Are we not going to talk about what are our plans as a group? We need to talk."
As I walk out, I'm gonna shut over my shoulder. Ask Clemency.
I'm gonna jog after him.
So's Nico. Nico's going to run after him too.
Like, this does not make any sense. The one guy without a hood freaking going off by himself. And he can't even talk with goblins. What the heck?
He's always been
Correct.
irrational.
Emus, I don't think that being alone is the best call right now.
I don't think I'm being irrational at all, but your assessments are definitely accurate. I kind of stopped around. Well, I just wanted to check the cave entrances before we left town.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with you going and do that, but I think we should, as a group, while we're all here, let's discuss some things and then go about our way of business. And maybe let's use the buddy system. Take someone with you, just in case.
I'm going to immediately act sort of like reserved and kind of guarded. What do you mean? We talked last night.
Well, that was before Cyrix showed up in our living room.
I'm
that
going
was
to stake
before all the curses were removed and before Bezoit made an ancient oath pact with one of the most evil deities to ever walk the material plane.
Amos is going to take a step back, still very looking even more suspiciously. I don't think Amos would realize that the curse is gone yet. Maybe he should roll for it to realize what's going on. I don't know.
You can make an intelligence check. Go for it.
Yeah, okay. That's what
Didn't you already succeed on an intelligence check at the blacksmith?
No.
That was
Did not.
to recognize the correlation between the description and the magical goblin's appearance in his memory.
I just rolled 18 plus 0, so 18.
I think you would. Yeah, I think you would be aware.
Also,
Okay.
you did check
So-
your chest in the room.
No, I did not. But now I'm going to. So Amos is going to look down and be like, oh, and like feeling the difference in his chest. He's gonna look down. Oh, okay. Well, if this is no longer a problem, then we should focus on the goblins, right?
Yes.
And he says, right, but there's a lot of different moving parts right now, and I think we should talk about if the clergy from Shadowdale is still coming. Should we meet them or wait for them to come here and then tell them, hey, false flag, everything's fine? Should we deal with the goblin situation while trying to build relationships with the village? Are we trying to foster a relationship with the carpenters so that we can get the ship up and running, as you suggested Tim and I do? How are we going to navigate the issues with the children's training while we're trying to get them and myself ready to be more, ready members of the group if we're all split up doing different things? I think it's fine to split up now and then, but we should definitely sit out and come up with a game plan.
Amos is going to stand there listening to all this, and he's going to go kind of slack-jawed and wide-eyed. What? I'm. Am I to make all these decisions? I mean, I thought that Calamithy was our captain.
Calamithy is our captain in the sense of when we are on a ship, but I believe that we are all considered rather equals, and it is not one person dictates all. This is we come to a consensus here.
So why are you asking a single person, me, to come up with the answer for everything?
I don't. I want the whole pie to be here and discussing it. I don't want a pie piece to be missing when we're discussing the whole pie.
Okay.
And you hear a stomach gurgle.
Is
For the first time, by the way. I want that known.
Oh, yeah, I just noticed that.
Is Calamithy, are you nearby? You're right behind us, right? Hopefully.
I was in the bathhouse if I finally made it there.
Oh,
That was my
you're.
main goal. We haven't showered in forever. I feel gross and stinky.
You
I
all
feel
do
like
kind of stink, actually, by the way.
I am a ranger. I can survive in the forest.
I was gonna say after I got done cleaning up that mess, I wanted to go to the bathhouse as well.
I mean, you haven't bathed, though, Emus. You do stink a little.
I'm a ranger.
Yeah, well, rangers still have to bathe. They just know where to find water in the woods to bathe.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I never have to bathe. I'm saying like I can like take a bath in a like river or stream or something.
No,
It's
you
fine.
can. Yeah, I'm just saying that might be a good idea to do.
Yeah. No, Emus doesn't like towns, so he's not going to do that. Anyway, so I'm gonna still
And
talking
do you think Nico with an insight check would be able to tell that part of your issue right now is your discomfort with the town? Like, would he be able to gather that information, or would you share that with him?
I am the wrong person to ask about that.
Okay, well, his insight sucks anyway, so he's just
Oh.
frustrated with you.
I have an answer, but I am not right now. I'm not the right person to answer that. So I'm gonna Emus is gonna respond. Okay, well, thank you for valuing my opinion, I guess, but uh, I, well, if the marks are taken care of, I think we should definitely deal with the goblins. Speaking of which, I'm gonna head. I think I'm gonna head on down and check the old mine entrance to see if there's been any activity around there. I'll meet you guys back in the main square for later on when
Fine.
when I'm done.
But, and he says very frustrated, I don't want to hear any bitching about any choices made, and if anything happens and you feel like you're in danger, just get out of there, okay?
Emus is going to. Emus is going to specifically roll an investigation into Nico as this is weird. What might be going on? I guess no, that'd be perception. Everything's fucking perception.
No, insight.
Oh, insight. Good call. Good call. All right, so I rolled 17 plus 7. Take that, noobs.
Explain to me what you're trying to gather. Like,
So Nico is acting very push-offy. He's being very aggressive. Be very careful where you go. Like normally he's been very passive and like, yeah, whatever. I'm cool with it. And now he's suddenly being
so with your
super.
insight, you see his posture is a little better, his shoulders are a little bit more back, and he definitely seems to be carrying himself with much more confidence today. But let's pause there. Calamithy, as you approach the bathhouse, you see it's a pretty simple wooden square building. As you walk in, it's a simple wooden wall separating two sides, a female and a male side. The steam is not yet going, the bath is not yet hot, but there is a lady there who is currently loading wood up to heat up water that comes in from the river. She's there pretty early, but normally people come in, a little bit later for baths. It might take maybe 20 minutes or so until a bath's ready. As you approach, she turns and says, "Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
You must be one of those new people in town I keep hearing about."
Yeah, afraid so.
I'm sorry I didn't get to go to the square festivities. I was here working, unfortunately.
Not a problem.
You have awfully pretty eyes.
Thank you.
Is it just you bathing?
My friends might be coming behind me. I was just feeling rather stinky and couldn't concentrate.
Okay, all gals?
Uh, no, there are some boys, but I don't know if they'll be coming as well.
Okay. Well, no worries. If you could just give me 20, maybe 30 minutes, I'll have the whole place up and running.
Okay.
Do you play any music?
No, afraid I don't.
I've got a reed pipe here if you'd like to blow on it. A fella traveling through left it. I don't know how to play, but I do like just hearing people try.
Do many people try?
You're the first person I've had the courage to ask, if I'm honest.
Have you tried yourself?
But if I'm honest, I'm pretty shy at it.
Okay.
And she gives it a little, and he goes, makes kind of a god awful noise, and she shrugs. Just not my talent, I think.
Hmm. I guess I'll shrug and give it a try.
Okay, she hands it to
But
you.
internally, I was kind of suspicious that it was cursed, and so I wasn't willing to try it unless somebody else put their mouth on it first.
Oh, jeez. I got a cursed reed pipe down at a. She goes inside and begins working on it. Go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
Okay.
Ooh, I wish I were doing that.
And
I performed 0.
I rolled a
Hmm.
1, but I have a +7, so 8.
So it's. But it does sound somehow more melodic than what she was making, but the notes are off and sharp, and it doesn't sound very good.
I'm gonna shrug and say the wood's dry.
Oh well, I've got a bucket.
Nice.
Just give it a dip, hun. And you hear fire begin to cackle, and you see this stack going out the middle, and can smell smoke as the smoke begins billowing out, and the house starts to function. And if you're gonna wait the whole time,
I was gonna just read after that. Just a
you're
little
gonna pull out
bit.
your book and read during that 20
Yeah.
minutes. Okay, make an
Mhm.
intelligence check for me. Which book are you reading?
I'm still working on that magic initiate one.
Okay.
$13. Is that another fail?
Yeah, mark of failure.
Oh my gosh.
How many people were working on that again? I know
Only
that.
2. Bazoid, I believe, is on book 2, and Calamacy is working on book 1.
Oh, I was thinking she was on book 3.
I believe Calamasy or Bazoid's still on book 2. Are you on 3?
No, I think I'm still on 2.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right, this is why we record, so then we can look back and see who's wrong.
Exactly.
So as we head back, while you're reading, what's the rest of the party doing back at the? Emus stormed off, did his own thing. What's everyone else doing?
Following him very close.
You are following Emus?
Yep.
Liko, frustrated, just storms inside and slams the door. Zoe, what are you doing?
I was headed down to the bathhouse.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Agatha, Tammy, and Nico are all gonna join you heading out of the bathhouse, actually. Okay.
I'm gonna miss out.
Agatha looks pretty excited. Oh, you guys stink. This will be good.
Yeah, that's why I failed my check. I just couldn't concentrate because the stank.
And she leans over and sniffs Nico armpits and goes, "The hat doesn't work on your smell, does it?" And gives him a little kind of push. And he looks kind of embarrassed, but you guys all head over. As the 20th minute approaches, this kind of gaggle of people towards the bathhouse, you guys actually would be kind of walking similarly in a group. It wouldn't be until probably about 300 yards, 400 yards away. It'd be like 300 yards straight line, but given the path, it'd be like 500 yards away from the cave entrance. You guys would be walking as a group, and then it would fork off from there. You, the bathhouse people taking a right, and the cave people taking a left. So you watch as Tammy, Agatha, Bezoit, Nico all show up at the bathhouse. Oh, hey, Cal.
Hey. Just waiting for her to finish opening up and then we'll be ready.
I was thinking I would have a conversation in the hood before 20 minutes is up. But
Yeah, you can't really do it all at once. We're going back and forth.
cool.
So you guys sit there for about 10 more minutes. The bathhouse is up and running, and you all go kind of into your respective areas. Water's nice and got some kind of fragrant in it. It's not like bubbling or nothing, but it has a nice smell to the water. Nice and warm. And we cut over to Boogie.
Okay, so I think into the hood. Agatha, is it a good time to talk?
I'm getting undressed here, buddy.
Well, shoot, we're exploring. Make sure that not everybody takes off the hood at once.
I think we're all gonna be in the bath.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, that reminds me. You hear her turn and thinking and speaking out. She goes, "Do lizards like you even get in baths?" She says to Bezoit.
Of course we do.
Oh. Yeah, Boogie, I guess I could, I don't know, bathe with the cloak on.
I don't know.
How many people fit into the bathhouse at a time?
And then Boogie, you hear her think and yell, "He wants me to sleep with the or he wants me to bathe with the cloak on, I think." The bathhouse could fit probably about 6 people per tub on each side.
Okay.
You guys do notice that as you come closer, Nico is gonna obviously bathe with his hat on, but the lady at the bathhouse seemed a little curious about Bezoit and your appearance, and she is politely kind of watching you out of the corner of her eye, and curiosity more than anything, not like skepticism or anything like that.
I laughed out loud at the he wants me to bathe with the cloak on. I don't know if Emus is like too interested in finding out what sort of funny things are happening in the hood. But if he's not, then I wouldn't explain, and if he is, I would.
Amos is very disoriented at the moment, coming off of the whole waking up in a place he doesn't know, so I don't remember where he is, and he's trying to kind of like walk away for a bit to get his thoughts together, and as an excuse, it's to look for goblins.
Okay. Well, I did not pick that up. If you had have given that excuse, then I would have left you alone. But
No,
following you.
You're fine. You're fine.
So I guess this whole time, pretty much, you've just heard me laugh for no darn reason.
Yeah, and
I'm
Emus
still
is going to
following
be too focused, so like probably like I'll hear it, but I won't like acknowledge it.
Cool.
All right, so you guys are walking all the way down to the cave entrance then?
I am, yes.
Sure.
Boogie, are you still following?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you guys cut over at the cave entrance, you walk up and find it as it currently is. There's this old kind of stone Here, I'll drag your characters.
Bar.
Okay. There you guys go.
Thanks. There's the crumbled entrance.
So as you guys walk up, there's the kind of old. Seems like there used to be a building there quite a long time ago. The old entrance to the old mining caves. The side access, as it were. And you guys approach as you would. Let me know how you guys are approaching.
All right. So this entire trip up, I'm definitely having an eye out for. I'm looking for tracks, goblin tracks. I'm looking for recent activity, all that kind of stuff as I
Yeah.
trope
Roll a
down.
perception at advantage.
Okay. And as Boogie's following me, I'm gonna kind of be nervous that he's following me and a little bit anxious, like, what is he doing? All right. My first roll is 2, so give me that advantage. 4. Fucking hell. Perception is +4 is 11.
Hey, what's the deal with rolling perception lower than your passive perception?
It would just be like your passive perception is like you're
When
standing
I'm
there,
not
kind
paying
of
attention, yeah.
right.
You don't know a
You're
trap is coming.
right, and if you're specifically looking around and stuff, it's more of like a finite specific area and stuff. So like you could have a high passive perception, but if you are actively looking for something, the area you're looking in, maybe you're looking in the wrong area. Whereas if you weren't looking at all and you walked past it, you might have passively seen it, kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. Yep,
Okay.
yep. All right, so I got an 11.
So not really sure if it's the fact that your friend's kind of bugging you, kind of bugbearing you.
Well, it's definitely pulling from my attention. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You don't see any fresh goblin tracks down that way.
I'm gonna walk a few more feet and then kind of turn, kind of slightly paranoid to Boogie. Yeah, Boogie, what is it? Why are you following me?
If you get attacked, I'd be able to communicate.
I'm gonna furrow my brow around. I can also communicate. I don't understand what you're saying.
I've got the hood.
I appreciate you following me down here, but I just want to try to find out some information about these goblins, man. I want to help the town, and I'm kind of getting distracted a little bit. I'm gonna take a few more steps forward.
You know, if you see one, you're not going to be able to talk to him.
Not realizing this, Amos is gonna stop in his tracks. Well, I mean that's not the point. Goblins in the town. I'm trying to protect the town, and getting very visibly frustrated.
Here, how about I just keep a little bit more distance?
I'm gonna stand there and kind of do like an USA moment where 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then
Right.
I'm gonna kind of sigh and turn back to Boogie. Boogie, okay. If you have anything that you can contribute about your kin and how they operate to help me investigate what's going on here with this town, please let me know. Otherwise, for now, yes, please keep your distance.
Would you like any phrase in Goblin, like, I'm not going to attack, or I'm peaceful?
looking kind of exasperated and overwhelmed again. No, I'm just looking for tracks and activity. That's all I'm doing.
And like Charlie from Philly, like always saying, "No, I'm just looking for my tracks. I just need I need my tracks."
That's pretty much exactly what's happening. Yes. So Emus is going to go ahead and move forward and keep looking for goblin tracks and activity.
See you later, Amos.
All right, are you going to the bathhouse yourself, Boogie, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to jog back. I'm not too worried about making noise or anything. I've got the idea that I'm making up for lost time, at least while I'm in the wilderness and people aren't really staring me down. I'm gonna slow my pace a bit when I am in town because, like, I don't want everybody to think that I just stole something.
So as you approach, the bathhouse would be on your left before you got to the major part of town. So like the bathhouse is essentially this building here. A reference of where it is. It just doesn't look like it should.
Okay. I do know where that is, right?
Yeah, you saw the group heading that way, and you would see the smokestack coming out of that way, and maybe even catching some smells of the perfumes on the wind.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm headed straight there.
Okay, so as you approach, Aguela behind the kind of like a counter desk type deal comes around, heading out to get more wood to add to the fire. She sees you and she grabs her chest, kind of comforting herself, and
I
she
wave.
raises her hand and waves back at you. Hey, good morning, she says kind of apprehensively.
Good morning.
Would you like a bath?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And she looks very embarrassed. And she's kind of like poking her fingers together, thinking about how to say it. Do you shed a lot?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, no problem. Just stay here, please. And you hear her go into the back, and some wooden door opens, and she comes out with kind of like this mixture of a two-handed brush / rake looking deal used to kind of de-shed larger animals. And she comes out and she goes, I just don't want to be clogging up the, getting the water all dirty. And do you mind?
Sure. Thank you.
And she reaches out and begins kind of combing through this big tuffy hair you have, and a bit of dirt, quite a bit of dirt begins coming out, and it feels very good, and like a deep scratch as that undercoat begins coming out from the winter, getting a lot of that out.
Yay.
And it takes about 10 minutes. She has a pile now about the size of Tammy, as it's all fluffed up and everything, and you feel much better. And she smiles and says, there's a first for everything. The men's here is on the right.
Thank you.
And you see her like cock her head a little bit toward. You're wearing pants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She does look just a second though. Trying to gender you a little. And as you get in there, you see Nico kind of alone with his hat on, sitting there looking around a little awkwardly, turning his head every now and then, seeing if he can catch some conversation in the ladies' side of things. Hey, Boogie.
Hey there.
Well, hop in. It's pretty
Nico
warm.
can
Smells good.
absolutely listen to anything they are saying over there.
Yeah, for sure. But he's trying to pick up on the juicy stuff.
I'm sorry. He was like hi, and then what?
Yeah, but he said basically the water's fine. Come on in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put my gear off to the side, including the fancy fancy underwear, and go ahead and cast prestidigitation real quick, and then hop in.
Ah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, this is better than the cold.
For sure. And he puts his head down a little bit and starts blowing bubbles in the water. What's going on the lady side of things?
I would have tried to wash my gear first and hang it up so it could start drying,
Okay.
and then bathe.
As you're sitting there bathing, this cloak is kind of floating up on the water and going out, connected just to her head. She's pulling it close down to her head, and her nose is just sticking out of the water, and she's kind of looking around, being goofy, like. "Brr, brr, 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 brr."
Have you guys seen Bob's Burgers?
Some of it.
Louise. Yeah, kind of. Agatha is kind of like Louise a little bit.
Yeah.
Tammy's sitting there, kind of covering her chest a little bit embarrassed about it. Just bathing, trying to get in and out. Buzzoid, are you doing anything?
When I got there, I took off my armor and I hung it over like a steam vent to try to steam clean it while I jumped in the water and just kind of soaked my aching body for a moment before bathing.
Did you take off the bolt? Did you leave on the bolt armor or take it off?
I took it off.
Wait 1 second.
That hesitation of, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
I know.
So as you go to take it off to dry it, hold on.
He got attacked by a sneeze, if you didn't hear.
Oh, we heard.
Poor thing can never sneeze like once.
And they're aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's like me.
And stinking allergies.
Yeah.
So as you go to take off your armor, as you think in your mind to doff it, it begins to ripple and turn harmlessly as like this molten bronze against your skin, like almost like this mercury-esque way it reacts to your body, beating up in these liquid beads and kind of focusing down into your chest into this ball of molten bronze. And I mean, I don't know where you would put it. Basically, if it's doffed, it's pretty much in liquid form. Or you can make it harden as a shape on something to rest there, or harden it as a ball of. But it's not unless you like.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'll just leave it on then. I didn't
Well,
realize
it
it was
would
a
stop the
liquid.
water from getting to your skin, so you could
Oh,
like turn it into like a hard ball of molten, like no longer molten, but previously molten bronze. It would just be this big
all right.
dense
I'll
ball of
form it into
bronze.
a ball and stick it off to the side where my belongings are.
Or alternatively, you can make it kind of look like armor, and then like you could even flatten it out to try to clean it, like get as much surface area. There's a bunch of different stuff. You can make it look however you want, really. It's just not like typical armor.
My whole thought process was to hang it and then to like put it over a steam vent to try to steam it without getting it wet. and to get it smelling fresh again is what my thought process was.
Okay, so this armor kind of spreads itself out in this a little bit chaotic formation meant to maximize the surface area of the metal and covers over the exhaust. All right,
So
Emus.
it's kind of steel wool-y.
Emus, you're heading the wrong way, I believe, towards the cave.
Okay.
So as you enter,
Should
it's
be right here, right? Hold on, let me do the thing. Should be right here, right?
let me turn my camera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the direction I'm heading in.
Oh, sorry, your things. I was confused.
We walked away from Boogie the last time we saw, but
Oh, right. Yep. Yeah.
jeez.
All right, so as you come down, the entrance makes this little L shape, and you see these stone kind of carved out stairs heading down into a room with these long, what are they called? The mites that connect both up and down.
Stalactite. You talking about stalagmites, stalactites?
Oh,
Yeah,
but
it's the one that,
it's both.
yeah, basically those things connecting the columns, the pillars, whatever you want to call them, connecting
Pillars. That's fine.
yeah.
Okay, so I want to look for I want to appraise this mine a little bit and kind of gauge like activity level. Like, does this seem like a place that people have been in and out recently and a lot, or is it kind of left to fall into ruin? No one's maintaining it anymore. People are telling their kids to stay out of it, kind of thing.
Okay, roll a investigation for me.
11 plus investigation. 4.
No.
15.
So it appears to not even this part of it isn't even a mine. It's definitely like more of a cave cavern type deal. And up to the back left of the room, you can see where it looks like there was a collapse some time ago. But from what you've heard in town, you get the feeling that beyond that collapse was the old mines. And the vague gist of it that you had got from John was that the mine was near the town, but it didn't seem like it was really a pivotal part of the town. And I think your world knowledge as a character in the world would recognize that it was probably the mineral rights and the rights to the mines were probably owned by a greater nobility or lordship than Rivington, and Rivington kind of didn't have rights to the mine. This
Back when they prospered and stuff, yeah.
Right. This cavern was an entrance to that mine at some point, though.
All right, so I'm definitely going to investigate the area. I'm going to look for goblin tracks. And if any rocks have been disturbed or like kicked over and people walking over them. And I'm going to look into the system, and see that if there's any sort of obvious blockage, like if there's a wood wall that was put up to try to keep things going in and out, kind of things, and if that's been disturbed.
Okay, roll a perception check for me with advantage.
Good, because my
You
first
keep
rolls are 4.
yawning. Are you needing to hop off soon?
I didn't know I was yawning. Am I just breathing heavy?
Uh,
I didn't notice.
now you got me fucked up thinking maybe it's in my head.
It's in your head. I didn't hear anything either. All right, 8 plus 7, 15.
As you're searching around, you can see what appears to be a very, very faint outline of a mud print going towards that stone collapse. And it looks like the stone there and the collapse is heavy, but the boulders are not so big that they could not be moved by hand.
Okay, so it looks like a collapse, as in it was collapsed. To a normal person, there would see no way in and out of this entrance. What I'm
No,
seeing is
no purpose of, well, they'd see no, it would be collapsed. It's not that they would see no way. They would be able to move the rocks themselves, but it's definitely of the nature of like, why? We don't have any rights to the mine. The mines have been shut down. They're not in use anymore by the nobility that had rights to them because of the infestation. Like, there's no sense in going that way for anything. So let's block off that entrance. People can't use it.
all right. I'm going to go ahead and approach.
But you would get the vibe that with enough tenacity, like I guess someone with less experience would think that yeah, it's blocked off, like a goblin couldn't get through. But the boulders are not so big that they could not be moved aside by a tenacious goblin.
I'm going to take 20. No, I'm kidding. So I'm going to approach again, and I already exercised that.
Hit you where you are on this. Go, keep going. I'll walk you down there.
Oh, it's all the way the fuck down there? Holy shit. Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay. Um, I'm going to look for any recent activity, specifically related to the theft of the food house where we set the alarming bugs. Like that time, not like related to that. I'm talking about like in that time, the activity that happened around that warehouse. Is there any activity around here that seems to correlate to maybe the same period of time?
Of the period of time as the what house?
The warehouse where we put the alarming bugs?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Show me potato salad. I rolled an 8 plus 7, 15 again. Fuck.
Yeah, it seems that from thinking back of when you saw the tracks, it's possible. You don't know about likely or not, but it's possible that these tracks, based on how dry the mud is, being outside of the elements, could have been from that mud.
So there's no fresh prints in the ground at my feet,
Correct.
and no obvious way forward into the caves.
Correct. It looks like perhaps, yeah, their retreat was covered.
Bemused, Emus is going to kick at some of the rocks to see if they're loose.
Make an athletics check.
Athletics is +0, so I rolled a 7.
A couple of them like have a little bit of a give, but yeah, they're not budging for you. But based on just the size and what you know earlier, it's the stones are not so big that if you gave it a good hoof, didn't care too much about your back, you would probably be able to move them. And
All right,
some of them are even smaller than that. Some of them are even just like, 70 pounders.
All right, I'm going to take out the. Oh wait, I don't have that anymore. Fuck, never mind. I was gonna take out one of the sweet rolls that Agatha gave me, the weird juicy ones, and leave it here. But I shared that with Clamacy a minute ago, so I can't do that. All right, he was gonna turn and walk back out, kind of look a little bit frustrated, and head back to everyone else.
Okay, so everyone finishing up at the bathhouse, coming up out of the water feeling refreshed. What are you guys doing?
I wish I could look at it. No character is there though.
Well, there's not really much to look at. It's
Sure.
like
But I think I found it. Maybe. Anyways, so I forgot. Did I already clean what's his name's gear? The other male in the bathhouse? Nico.
clean Nico's gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you use prestidigitation.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Fall in the crowd.
All right. So as you guys wake up from the new day, coming out of the bathhouse, Aguela's gonna yell, "Thanks for coming by. Come by anytime, please." You come out seeing a frustrated Emus walking up to the group, the sun rising in the distance. You hear noises coming from inside the village, a rooster as the sun rises more into the sky, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Mm-hmm.
One quick thing